Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined by the inimitable Shano D.
That's me.
We've got a juicy app for you guys today. Got some great banter we're going to come back to.
Mm-hmm.
I got some speed dating chaos to tell you about, Shano.
You do. I can't wait to hear.
Yeah, and I heard you had like some kind of crazy...
I got some dumplings to talk about.
Wow.
Good old dumplings.
Dumpling girl.
Oh, I love dumplings. They're my favorite. One of my favorite foods. Yeah.
Oh,
French fries, donuts, and dumplings.
Wow, that's just a whole food pyramid if I ever did hear one.
Delicious.
Well, we got a nice little silly listener submission to start off with. This is a listener submission episode.
Yeah. Are we going to do Guess the Verdict?
But first, guys, we're bringing back Guess the Verdict.
Yeah. We heard some... people want
commotion in the ocean.
Commotion. So we're going to give it a whirl. When I was just a mere listener, I was quite a fan of Guess the Verdict. And we haven't done it. I don't think I've ever done it.
AITA for continuing to be the Disneyland dad.
AITA for continuing to be the Disneyland dad.
All right, Chano. What's it going to be?
I'm going to go YTA.
YTA is wrong, Shannon.
Dang it.
Now, here's the dealio.
Let's hear it.
It's a split family.
Oh.
The dad's doing well. And as long as the daughter does her chores and her schoolwork, dad lets her do whatever she wants.
Oh.
Museum, store, Disney freaking land.
Oh.
But get this.
What?
It's a split family. Mom left the dad. Why? Because, quote, she wanted someone who could give her the lifestyle she and Claire deserves.
Oh.
Well, guess
Claire's
what?
the daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
New dad's business, it tanked. And now old dad is balling out. So mom was like, damn, Disneyland dad using his money to get back at me. Yeah. She's a hater.
What?
Trevina Ice, NTA. Why should you and your daughter suffer because her mother and stepdad are financially unwell? As well, it will take years till the newborn child will even realize that its half-sister gets other treatment than itself. Now, this comment is not the best written, but I think we agree. It is an NTA.
Wow.
It
So
is
she
an NTA.
leaves the dad because he couldn't provide her with a life, but then his business blew up.
Yep.
And new hubby ain't cutting it.
So satisfying.
That is so satisfying. All right. You ready for mine?
Yep.
Would I be the asshole if I got a tattoo despite my fiancé's wishes? Now, we've gone down these roads before, and Danny got a little heat for it, if you recall.
I'm always getting canceled. But
he comes back stronger than ever, folks.
Yeah, well, you learn a little bit about that. So, would I be the asshole if what now?
Would I be the asshole if I got a tattoo despite my fiancé's wishes?
So I'm guessing this is a male getting a tattoo. So she's the bride. And even though Reddit is bound to not take a woman's side, this guy is getting a ridiculous tattoo before his wedding. He's getting SpongeBob SquarePants on his neck. That's going to throw the wed, and so they turned against him. I'm going YTA.
YTA is wrong.
Boo.
It actually went NAH.
Wow. No one was the asshole whatsoever.
So OP had expressed before to his girlfriend that he wasn't going to get a tattoo because he had a fear of needles. And she was kind of like, that's probably a good idea to avoid it until you're 100% sure that you want one. And so they agreed to it, all that. Then, he's 22, by the way. She's 21. They were hanging out with their mutual friend, and the mutual friend was like, I want to get a tattoo. And he was like, all right, I want to get that tattoo too. If you get it, I'll get it. And then the girlfriend, fiance, gives him like a death stare. And then later in the day was like, seriously, if you get a tattoo, I'll be very mad at you. And so I think I feel like beforehand she was like, you shouldn't get a tattoo unless you're 100% sure. But what she was really meaning was, you better not get a tattoo under my jurisdiction, babe.
Ugh.
Ugh. So shall I read the top comment?
Read it.
NAH, but I don't think it's about what your title is. Sounds to me like this is about Sarah. Oh, the friend is a girl. Excuse me. Sarah, who is not your fiance, agreeing to get a tattoo with you. Mary's fiance in front of her and you being fine with all this. Seems like you're being disrespectful to your girl. Seems like maybe YTA for not thinking through how she might feel. Now she has to be the uncool one if she's not on board with some other girl offering to get a matching tattoo with her man while right in front of her. Maybe work on some other things in your relationship before jumping the gun and getting a tattoo right now. You don't even have the certainty of what you want to get. Wow, I definitely missed that the friend was a girl.
Uh-oh.
So there's some other layers going on there.
00
0, 0.
AITA for telling my girlfriend. I'm bothered by the way she and her family treat their house staff.
Wait, say that again?
AITA for telling my girlfriend. I'm bothered by the way she and her family treat their house staff. The staff of the house, Shannon.
The staff of the house. Well, I'm assuming that they don't treat the staff very nicely unless he was like, you're too nice to them. Let's start shoving them around.
Those are so nice.
Shoving them in some closets.
So nice.
So I really do not like when people mistreat
Workers. Staff.
Restaurant servers,
Wow.
etc.
So radical, so progressive.
So radical of
She
me.
is our queen.
I am. So I would be for sure on his side. I think you got to speak up.
Right.
So I'm going to go NTA.
NTA is wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. So basically, the house had 8 people as staff, but it wasn't huge, which I thought was interesting. It's a lot of people for a not huge house.
Yeah.
Where are they
8?
going
That's
at
quite a
night?
lot.
And basically, Opie kept telling them not to do their jobs. He's like, I want to do it. He told the chefs not to make coffee. He told the housekeepers not to clean. One time, the staff, this was his best ding, I thought. I guess they were all eating in like the big dining room, and all the staff had to just sit with their backs against the wall and like staring there. He said it was like Downton Abbey, which is a reference I didn't get.
Oh.
But anyway, then when the trip was over, he unloads on the GF saying like, oh, your family's rude. And she was like, that's just their job. We're just rich, basically.
Oh.
And it went YTA. Blurg Stop This writes, it's a paid housekeeper's job to make the bed. You put the kitchen staff in a weird spot. They were not supposed to let you make coffee, but they couldn't contradict you as the boyfriend of one of the family. The staff is like a waiter at a restaurant. They stand around and stand by waiting for the moment to bring foods or plates away. It's just how it's done. These are working people with a job and job descriptions. You have to respect that.
Okay. Interesting. You got me there.
I'm going to be balling out with the waiters and shit, the servants.
The servants.
I ain't going to be holding back at all. I'm going to be like, this is going to be one of the worst work days of your life. Bring me more coffee.
That's right. Give them something to do.
Yeah.
Be a guest. Be a guest. Put our service to the test. Tie a napkin around your neck, Shetty, and we provide the rest. You know what I mean? They want something to do. They've been collecting cobwebs for centuries.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, anyone?
Yeah, I was going to say you're the beauty. I'm the beast.
That's... All right. AITA for smoking
Ooh.
when my husband was not home.
Yow. What? Smoking.
Smoking.
When my husband... Ew, is it cigarettes inside? Let me just say.
I don't know.
I
don't
Do
know.
not smoke cigarettes in a vehicle
A vehicular.
or inside.
An
That's
automobile.
So gross. And for those reasons, I'm saying YTA.
You are wrong.
Wow, did we just do a no-hitter? This
You
is so
are
embarrassing.
terribly wrong.
This is so embarrassing.
So what happened here is she and her husband quit smoking together. She found a cigarette, and when he wasn't home, she decided She wanted to smoke it. Well, when her husband got home, she lied about smoking, but then he went off on her. He was saying it's as good as cheating. He can never trust her again. That he's repulsed by the thought that he ever wanted to have babies with her.
Okay, you can't say something like that.
Yeah, so he like went off on her. So the top comment changed their verdict. You were not right either way, though.
Oh.
ESH, but him way more than you. You shouldn't have lied when he asked you about it. He's blowing this way out of proportion. It is absolutely not the same as having an affair. Smoking is an addiction, and sometimes addicts have setbacks. He's being completely unsympathetic to that. And then, edit, after reading your comments, NTA, you lied because you're afraid of his reaction because he's abusive. Your husband has anger issues and or doesn't respect you as a human being. I encourage you to seek therapy together.
Fair enough. Yeah, when people get really ugly in conflicts, it's no good.
I know. My friend and I were just talking about that the other day because, like, one of our friends was, like, a major bridezilla years ago.
Ooh.
And she said some nasty things to her husband that, like, the entire family overheard.
Ooh, like what kind of, like, give me an example.
I guess apparently he had done something. He had, like, forgotten to get something, and she was, like, screaming. Everyone was downstairs. My friend heard it. And I guess she said something like, how have you lived on this planet for so long being so fucking stupid or something like that?
Yeah.
What? You don't think that's terrible?
I mean, it's not personal enough to hurt. It's not nice, though. It's not acceptable.
Screaming that at someone?
No, it's shitty. It's shitty. I guess, I just wanted it. Like, there's something much more intimate and close about being like, I can't imagine I ever wanted to have babies with you. It's like, oh,
well,
you brought up her womb.
Yeah.
Or like if she was like, you act this way because of your sexual inadequacy. I don't know. It's like, you know what I mean? It didn't really gore him.
Oh, I don't know.
It's basically, she basically
your wedding.
screamed, you're a big stupid head, which isn't nice, but it is still what she's saying.
No name calling.
No name calling. Keep it clean.
Yeah. I guess asshole, though. I have screamed that.
Okay.
Stormed away.
Do you want to talk
You're
about
an
that?
asshole.
Oh,
No.
like that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Screaming, crying away.
It can slip out, but you just got to call it, and you got to admit it ain't okay. And also, on the other side, if somebody's talking like that, you got to be like, hey, I'm not going to have this conflict with you right now. That is not acceptable. I'm not.
That is not
doing
acceptable.
this.
Is that how your conflicts go? That calmly?
Yeah, I think I actually have mounted some pretty calm conflicts in my life, but not always. I can yell. I can get pissed, but it's been a while because I'm single. There's no one to yell at by myself except myself, and I do.
I
yell in the car.
Mumbler.
I will yell in the car.
Oh yeah, same.
You ever yell in the car?
Oh yeah. This one time last year, I was so mad in the car. I was having the worst road rage ever, that I truly scared myself with how loud I screamed.
Oh
and I
my
was just
God.
shouting, and I was like, that was unhinged.
Yeah, it's kind of like embarrassing. You didn't know you were capable of that.
No, truly. If anyone ever saw that, I would be so embarrassed.
Yeah, it's weird. I've done that. I've had that exact feeling where I'm just like, okay.
It was like a monster
Didn't know
came
you
out
could
of
do
me.
that, Danny. Who is that person?
Literally.
But it's good. We all contain monsters and angels and all these different sort of facets of ourselves, and it's there. We try to control it. That's the premise of civility.
Yep. Thank God it's just in my car. But it's not good when you're going down the highway and that's happening. That's very dangerous. I was like, I had to pull over after that because I was like, this is not okay.
Pull over.
Yeah, because I was like, you need to calm down if you're going to be driving on a highway, this huge vehicle.
Oh, it was a big car?
No, it was a car.
It was a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it would still harm anyone if I got into an accident.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I pulled on over and I collected myself. That's growth, kids.
She checked before she wrecked, people.
Sure did.
Well, we got a juicy little epperoo for you today. Our second story of the day, AITA for expecting my husband to spend my first Mother's Day with me. But first, a little silly one, AITA for liking Red Delicious apples. I understand why they aren't everyone's favorite, but they are the only ones I consistently eat. I think it's because they aren't sweet. AITA. Jail.
Prison.
For life. Why do you have such low self-esteem that you would eat this waxy, hard mush fest?
Ugh. That's literally the perfect description.
Ugh,
It's mushy on the inside. It's not sweet at all.
No.
And it's literally waxy like that on my teeth.
It's so much. I actually did an open mic and there was a guy there. There's always like one like 67-year-old guy at an open mic for some reason.
Is he a stand-up or he's there watching?
No, he was stand-up.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on in Hollywood. There's always one.
Oh.
And then
Maybe
anyway,
they're finding something to do in retirement.
yeah, I guess so. But anyway, he told me a Red Delicious is his favorite apple. I think he mentioned it on stage, and I was like,
wow. What? You're stealing my content.
Well, I went up to him and I was like, hey, man, what's up with that? And he's like, we always ate them as kids, so now we still eat them.
No.
And I was like, that is not a reason to like something.
No. If we played by those rules, we'd really be in trouble.
Yeah. I'd still be, playing in the bathtub for 5 hours. I used to play with toys in the bathtub for a very long time.
5 hours?
I don't know, but like really long time.
Yeah, like
little guys.
Yeah, and then the bath water is lukewarm.
Yeah.
Not comfortable.
Anyway, Red Delicious apples. I think it's a trash apple. Most people agree with me. I wrote, there's better apples. You deserve more, and I love you, and I wouldn't punish a cursed horse with such a wretched quote unquote apple.
Oh.
I'll tell you though, Shano, I do still like apples, but there's a new girl in town.
What's her name?
Blackberries.
Oh, really?
You watch yourself.
I like raspberries better.
Oh, I think blackberries are so, my God, they're just so sweet and interesting.
Okay.
Raspberries are good.
Raspberries are
They're
delicious.
Good. Blackberries, though, are like cake and juice. And they're just stanky.
Mm-hmm.
You're
I
not a
don't
blackberry
agree. I
girl,
don't
huh?
think that they're that sweet. I think raspberries are sweeter.
What about...
I think blackberries are kind of bland.
That is
Maybe
exactly
I'm getting
what
the
a
wrong
child like you would say.
Maybe I'm getting the wrong kind.
Where are you on blueberries? Can we meet at blueberries?
I love blueberries.
Okay, we can meet on blueberries.
This was a listener submission. By the way, this whole episode is a listener submission episode.
All listener submissions. AITA for liking red. You can submit red.com/r/AITA pod. AITA for liking Red Delicious apples. We agree. YTA. It's disgusting.
YTA.
You deserve a better apple. At least have what's the one you like? A raspberry. At least go to a raspberry if you can't eat the right apple.
Oh yeah, go to a different fruit.
If you're ready for an adult's
But
berry.
the thing about
blackberry.
apples is that they are cheap.
Compared to you're so
Blackberries
right.
and
Berries
raspberries are so
crazy.
expensive. I don't get them.
Crazy.
I only ever eat them if I'm like treating myself to like a parfait or something, or if I'm getting them for free
Parfait
somewhere.
or something.
Because they are expensive.
That's why I like the Costco. They got them reasonable.
How much are they?
It's like usually like $8.
But like for a big one?
Yeah,
How big?
not that big.
Yeah, not worth it. $8
Everything's
is
expensive.
criminal.
Everything's too much.
Yep.
Eat apples and mung beans. Here's Shano.
AITA for expecting my husband to spend my first Mother's Day with moi. Our child was born last year, but I spent Mother's Day 2023 very pregnant. I had mentioned how this year I'd like it to be just us three, that he can go see his mom whenever that day, but I'd like to go get breakfast or dinner as a family of just us. Well, his mother wants to host on an all-day long event for all the mothers she knows along with their families. And I said, since it's my first real Mother's Day, I wouldn't really want to spend the whole day with people I barely knew. and I'd really like to just spend it with my son and husband. She told me that I didn't have to go, but that her son better be there all day long with her since that's her son. And we spent all last year's Mother's Day together, so this year she can have him. Which last year he worked on Mother's Day so he could have off for this one. So we were not together unless you count the 30 minutes he gets home after work before he goes to bed. I told my husband that I didn't care if he went, but I'd really want him to be home some of the day for me. But she's still fighting me on this, saying it's not fair that I expect her son not to spend the whole day with her. AITA.
This is an interesting one. I guess it is a first Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And that's special. It is your first one where you're a mother. That day is special. That one is special. I think I'm brought on board for that. I never thought of it. I
think so.
The very first one. Now the second one, give me a break. But the first one, it's like crazy. You've celebrated that day. And you always thought about your mom. But today it's
about you. And it's not like this is even the second kid. Like, this is your straight up first child as well. So, like, it's legitimately your first Mother's Day, period, as being a mom.
Oh, that's interesting. I think if you have multiple kids, should you get multiple Mother's Day evolving with a max of Mother's Week, 7 days. If you have 8 kids, no more days.
No, you celebrate it all on the one day.
No, you should get more. And I think it's unempathetic that you don't care about moms with multiple children.
Yeah, but they all just do it on the one day.
Right, but shouldn't they get more? They are more of a mother.
I don't know about that. I don't know if they're more of a mother. They're a mother to more people.
Double mother, triple mother.
I guess, but it's all just that one day.
Now, fathers, they only get one day no matter what. I think that's reasonable.
That is reasonable.
Thank you.
They didn't birth anyone.
No.
They just got to have sex.
Right.
And that's how they made the kid.
Right.
And they for sure came. The women didn't even necessarily come. They had to come.
Right.
So they had the most enjoyable experience.
Oh, man. I was reading about these guys who, like, breed. They're like horses, these men. You heard about
they're
this?
just going around like Nick Cannon.
No.
Oh.
No, there's much more than that. There's guys with 140 children.
What?
Yeah, and it's I don't really understand the niche, but yeah, it's crazy. And they make it so that you have to do it naturally. That's like a stipulation.
Oh,
I guess
they have contracts with these women?
Yeah, I don't know I don't understand why you wouldn't just go to a sperm bank, but I guess it's probably paperworky and expensive and
yeah, because you have to pay, but I don't think sperm's that expensive.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely less expensive than like buying an egg.
Yeah,
from a woman.
There's some guy out there. He's got like 140 kids.
Ugh. But I do think that is very similar to Nick Cannon vibes. He like does the same thing basically.
Well, Nick Cannon he's paying for the kids.
Yeah, but he had like 10 kids within 2 years.
That's crazy. No, it's crazy behavior. But what isn't crazy is wanting to celebrate Mother's Day, your first Mother's Day. I think she gets to steer the ship. Now, I think this is a little ridiculous on her end. I see controlling mom energy here.
Because she's asking to go to either breakfast or dinner. That's all she's asking. They were going to go to the event, but she wanted to have either breakfast or dinner.
Who wants to have
OP.
OP, yeah. OP is reasonable.
Oh, you're talking about the mother-in-law.
I'm talking about the mother-in-law to OP, yes.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
She says this comment of, she told me I didn't have to go, but that her son better be there all day long with her since that's her son. Ridiculous. He's also the father to a child with a mother. There's equal mothership on both sides.
Exactly. This is the mother of your children.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, as a grown adult, is Mother's Day really that important anymore?
You mean as a mother who celebrated many Mother's Days?
Yeah.
Right.
And do you need your kids to go out of the way for you that much? What is your relationship with, like, what are your parents' relationship with Mother's and Father's Day? Like, are they very into
it's
it?
not brought up really. I don't, usually it's a phone call.
Yeah.
It's
Same
not
with
phone
us. Like, I mean, I think Chelsea and I, as adults, like, the thing we've been doing is we'll order, depending on where they are in the day, my mom and dad will order them like breakfast,
Right.
like on Postmates, and like
That's
have it
cute.
delivered to like both of them. Obviously, we're not going to leave the other one out. And like we'll do something like that, or
Yeah.
like I'll have my mom, because normally it is in the summer and my parents are always at the shore, so like I'll have my mom, like I'll order some chocolate covered raspberries,
Right.
blueberries,
Right.
and then I'll have like my mom pick them up and then give them to my dad. Like, I don't know, we'll do like something nice like that.
That's cute.
I just personally, as an adult, I mean, even as a kid, like I have never met anyone whose parent takes Mother's and Father's Day like that seriously, where it's like they expect their children to fly from wherever they are and make time for them on that day. It's just a little like controlling, and kind of when you're forcing someone to like show you love and recognition, like
Yeah.
does it even feel like love and recognition?
Probably not. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm with you. I think it's something that is, when the kids are in the house, it's a day, to celebrate the mother or father. But once the kids are out, it gets a little bit like, okay, we get it. You're the mom. Like it doesn't need to be a whole
You're
to
the
do.
mom. I mean, look, I think it is so amazing to honor like our mother and father, because they brought us into the world. They hopefully have treated us well and provided
Yes,
for us,
hopefully.
etc. But I always do kind of see those days as kind of similar to how I see Valentine's Day. Like it's a little bit Hallmark holiday vibes.
Okay.
But maybe because I'm not a mom, like I just don't
Yeah.
feel that way. Like maybe when I am a mom, I am going to have a much more strong opinion about it.
Yeah.
But just like in this scenario where the mom is just being so controlling about like having her son with her, like it is giving that like boy mom vibe.
I'm with it. Latina Mommy writes, your mother-in-law's idea sounds lovely. I can't figure out why she insists on her son attending when it sounds like she'll be too busy hosting to spend any time with him. NTA for wanting to spend time with your fam on Mother's Day, but I strongly advise against going to a restaurant. As a former server, I can confirm that Valentine's Day and Mother's Day are awful for crowded restaurants with long wait times.
We've got a NAH or slight YTA, says Antique Salad.
Interesting.
Why can't you both go for half the day and then leave early and have a nice dinner to yourself? Well, that's what she's suggesting.
Yeah,
That's what she's suggesting.
that's what she said.
Someone said I agree to the YTA verdict. OP is refusing to acknowledge that there are other mothers exist within a family, and that it makes much more sense and it is more special to celebrate them all together instead of trying to make it just about herself. Like, no, I don't agree with that.
She wasn't being that rigid.
She literally all she was asking was to either do breakfast or dinner with just the three of them.
He can go see his mom whenever that day. She is not being rigid.
Not at
There is a
all.
way. There is a way. And
Yeah,
for
are you
these,
guys not reading the
some of
situation?
these people aren't reading the situations.
I'm worried.
It's crazy. You're
You
worried about them?
guys.
Don't do your codependency at them. We can't afford that.
Me?
Yeah, because you're like saying I'm worried about them.
Oh.
AITA for expecting my husband to spend my first Mother's Day with me. I think we agree wholeheartedly. It's an NTA, and the mother-in-law is.
Definitely. She's being
Maybe the husband
really
a little for
unfair.
enabling.
Well,
It's this all or nothing bullshit too.
see that's what I don't understand sometimes about, because we've run into other situations like this, or at least I've read them, where it's like the mom is not understanding that, like, yes, just because it is your son doesn't mean that like they now don't have another like woman in their life who is a mother to their children. Like they need to, and a 1-year-old, not even, is not going to be able to do anything nice for the mom on Mother's Day. It's the husband's responsibility. I mean, it's the husband's responsibility until the kids are like 8 years old
Right.
you like, guys, let's get this together, to even tell them what day it is. Like, the kids don't know. So it's a huge responsibility for them, and the compromise seems great to me.
Big agree.
But mothers out there, write in. Tell us if you have a different opinion. We're curious. Neither one of us is a parent. We do have moms, though.
I do have a mom.
And we
She's
love
a great
them
mom.
dearly.
Yeah, my mom is awesome.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Is Mother's Day soon? I think it's...
No, but actually, by the time this episode's out, I bet it will be.
Happy Mother's Day
to you. Cha-cha-cha.
Happy Mother's Day to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy Mother's Day, dear my mom, not Shannon's. Extra my mom, bonus my mom, super my mom. Shannon's mom is really nice, though. He goes. So please rate, review, subscribe. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. Follow us on Instagram, Tiki Talkie. And you know you got to listen to us on Spotify. Heck to the yes. Let's keep going, people, on the great journey of AITA pod.
Let's do it.
AITA for not wanting to tell my ex-GF I'm dating her brother. I, 19M, bisexual. I've known about this myself. Take 2. I've known this about myself since freshman year of high school. It's part of my identity that I'm comfortable with, but I'm very private about it. I tended to only ever participate in heteronormative relations for majority of high school, with the exception of a few flings, and was only out to a few friends. Call it internalized homophobia, but I really didn't want people to know. During junior year, I got into a relationship with a girl, currently 19F. We had a really good relationship for 2 years and even went to the same local college. Over the 2 years, I had gotten really close with her family, including her older brother, 20M. Eventually, me and my GF separated mutually, but remained friends, and I still remain close with her family. In the months after the breakup, I began getting really close with her older brother, who also went to the same college. I honestly thought it was platonic brother-like relationship until one night when we were both drunk, he kissed me. We eventually got into a secret relationship. We've now been dating for 2 months. Only our close friends and my sister, 16F, know about it. Recently, my BF has been wanting to tell more people, including his sister. I'm okay with the idea of letting more people know as I've gotten more comfortable being out, but I don't want to tell my ex. I'm worried about her being angry with me for dating her brother and the fact that I never told her I was also into guys. My BF thinks I'm being unfair to his sister and that she deserves to know. AITA.
Yep. So this was a situation that a listener wrote in last year.
Right.
But for a little period of time, when we switched over to the subreddit, I think like it kind of got lost in the mix. But he had reached out to me on Instagram, and then he's like, well, I have an update. I was like, well, I think we might have lost the situation, so do you mind putting on the subreddit? So anyway, he has an update for us, but let's talk about it
Let's talk about it because I don't know the update. So my first thought is, you think this is kind of hot? I had to say it.
It's definitely a category on Pornhub for sure.
Yeah, wow, there's a lot of layers to it. You're Eskimo. Oh my God, he's an Eskimo. I'm sure that term's not politically correct, so I apologize to the
Eskimo
Eskimos.
sibling.
But there's a concept in millennial lore that one who sleeps with, if you mutually slept with someone, that person is your Eskimo brother.
Do you have any of them?
Yeah, what? Oh my God, I must have hundreds, if not thousands.
I know, but you're friends.
Oh, am I Eskimo? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you know about my infamous threesome in the Hollywood Boulevard Motel 6?
No.
Well, I'm not going to tell the story because I've developed shame about it. But,
Okay.
you
We
know,
can tell it
yeah.
on Patreon, maybe.
Look, there's nothing wrong with sleeping with somebody's sister and another one of their sisters and their mom too. It's beautiful. In fact, that's called winning the family. And
That was your threesome? There's 4 people in that.
Yeah, it was a mom, 2 sisters,
So it's a foursome.
and
Oh, and you weren't involved.
I wasn't involved.
Oh, okay.
They
so
were
you
just at
you just
Denny's.
heard about it.
I just saw them at Denny's eating. No, but Shannon, is this...
Danny.
I just wanted to fuck with you. Okay. I mean, I like, yeah. I mean, it is. Look, that's where I'm going with this.
What?
If you date someone, you're not supposed to try to date their sister. That's like kind of a crime unto man. It's like just against the laws of humankind. Wow, really?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're shaking your head.
Well, I'm just like, yeah, it sucks. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
really should not be doing that. But sometimes, like, sometimes you can't help it. Like, who you fall in love with. So
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that statement. Sometimes you
mean-
can't help who you fall in love with.
I mean, you could, yeah. Like, he could have not continued the relationship. But also, it's like, at the end of the day, you and your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, are not together anymore, and so it's like, this is a man that you like potentially could spend your life together, and are you gonna just not go for it because you had a high school relationship with some girl?
That's fair. It was a high school relationship. Yeah, that's a good defense. And then of course we have the coming out aspect, which complicates it.
Yeah, it just like sometimes, like, what if he was meant to date her so then he could meet?
Oh, are people meant? Meant by who?
The universe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I think in this case, it's hard for me to say this is, because I guess, like, okay, so to change things out a little bit. Why is this different from, like, how there's, like, the classic daughter who hates her dad because the dad is dating the daughter's friend kind of energy? I feel like
Yeah.
And...
Or the sister or the cousin who end up dating the ex-fiance of their sister.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, an ex-fiance.
Which this is a very similar situation. It's just ex-girlfriend and it's a brother, not a sister.
I think it's to be avoided, but yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I mean, that's what they say, right? They say all's fair in love and war.
Yeah, they certainly do.
If you feel it, you feel it, because it trumps all, and it's gonna, I guess that's how it works, right? Because that's it. That's your primary relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really, for most people, that's the most important relationship in their whole life. So does it fuck with other relationships? Yes, it's gonna fuck with them. And I think the best you can do is try to be transparent and open.
Yeah, because, like, you're right. Like, it is a primary relationship, and that should be one that you, like, put on just a different level than, I mean, I guess this is an ex at this point. Yeah, you should definitely put them on a different level than an ex, but even, like, a friend sometimes, like, I think we were talking about this not too long ago about how it's like, my one friend had a crush on this guy who he and I liked each other, and it was like, okay, well, I'm going to choose, like, you don't have dibs on him.
Yeah.
Like, I need to choose love over, like, you that's not accepting of,
right.
Like, that's not fair that you're not accepting of this and you're being selfish because he doesn't want you. So then I can't have him too, even though we are in love.
Right.
And I mean, this is a different situation completely, but, like, with Max, like, the way I met Max was through my ex-boyfriend's younger brother.
Okay.
So, like, there is a world where it could have been like, oh, I shouldn't date any of my ex-boyfriend's brother's friends because that's disrespectful or whatever. Like, I mean, fuck that guy. So no, but I guess it is just completely different because it, like, is legitimately your ex's sibling.
I mean, people are gonna be upset, and I think, sometimes people are just going to be upset. It's upsetting. That's part of life. I mean, that's that book, The Courage to Be Disliked. It's kind of like, this just isn't going to go down smooth, unfortunately. I think one thing you work on in life is when you get hit with something like, hey, I'm your ex and now I'm fucking your brothers, to not respond with vitriol or malice.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna have a reaction, probably.
For sure. And I wouldn't blame her for being upset once you tell her. I mean, it's a part of the game you're playing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of just the game of being a human and having a complex web of different relationships and stuff.
Yeah, I can see it being like, because that is difficult, because it's not like it's just a friend where it's like, yeah, this is my, say it was like your best friend's ex. You're dating your best friend's
ex. Okay, I have to go through a couple people here to find it.
I don't know how you can never like get these.
Friend.
It's not that hard. Your best friend's ex-girlfriend.
Only women are coming to my mind, so now I'm in a gay relationship with my best friend's ex.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you some time, I guess.
I'm trying to think of male.
It doesn't have to be you. Like, you just know that people have really like.
I've heard of that.
Stuff, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Go on.
So, I mean, now I'm like even losing my thought.
Aha.
Oh. In this scenario, say they were to get married, this is legitimately your sister-in-law. Like, if it was your best friend's ex, you don't necessarily have to. Like, you're choosing to risk you and your best friend's relationship for love.
Right.
That happens all the time, I feel like. And depending on how the best friend reacts, you are risking losing them as a best friend. So in this scenario, it's so much more complicated because this person could be your sister-in-law, or it's your sister. Say it's the brother. Say it was written from the brother's perspective. Is it okay that I date my sister's ex-boyfriend? Well, you're risking your relationship with your sister. But like in this scenario, it's harder to lose family members than it is to like cut out ex-best friends or best friends.
Yeah.
So it's like you're really risking it here. Because
the brothers,
if you want to have a healthy relationship with this new man and you want to get married to him one day, maybe, this girl is for sure going to be in your life for the rest of your life. Unless she just decides to literally ghost, but that's not usually the case. I mean, family events and stuff, like you're going to have to see her. Yeah.
So what are you saying?
I'm just saying it's risky. Like it's super risky. For the men.
For OP.
Yeah. And the brother. But sometimes like you got to take those risks, like if you feel like it's worth it. If this is your person.
Well, I mean, I think it's also you have to be reasonable about, on the other side though. Like, yeah, it's a betrayal of sorts. It can cause issues. It's shitting where you eat. But I think people also have to realize, like, look, it's love. Apparently they love each other, and our relationship wasn't that important. So you try to process it and kind of start it anew, and not try to hold on to whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, should we get into the update?
Hit us with it.
It's a year later and we are still dating. We decided to tell his sister and she took it poorly. She claims that I was always just gay and never actually wanted to date her. She said that the only reason I quote unquote pretended to date her was to get with her brother. She also thinks that her brother and I were cheating during her and my relationship, even though that is not true. My boyfriend's mom is also very disappointed in us and has made passive-aggressive comments to him about how he, quote-unquote, stole his sister's boyfriend from her. All of this has made me and my boyfriend uneasy and is honestly the reason I stayed in the closet for so long. However, in recent months, things have been getting better with his family. They've started being less aggressive about the topic and are accepting that I honestly didn't have any intentions with the boyfriend before the breakup. I'm really hopeful for the future. My boyfriend and I plan to get married after we both graduate from uni. P.S. Shannon's still my favorite. Shannon squad for life. With a foot emoji.
It does appear valid that she's not just making that up.
He wrote it.
Shannon. I'm Shannon.
Just had to throw that in there.
Oh, you're really going crazy. she's going crazy playing with her hair. She's like, look at me. I'm a Venice
Look
girl.
at me. I'm Shannon D.
Yeah, I think this is, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. You date the same sister or whatever.
I mean, it's definitely...
It can happen.
As it seems that it is getting better, this does seem like expected that they had these reactions at first. I mean, I don't love her, like, you know, I know she's hurt. I don't love that she's like, you know, trying to tell you what your sexuality is and like claiming that you were being a liar and a cheater. But, you know, she's allowed to have these emotions. I'm sure she's feeling very hurt, very betrayed. I mean, she didn't even know that you were bi. So, like, I could also see those, like, coming up with
so many feels at once.
Some feels, too, like, about yourself, you know?
Right.
Like, feeling like, was any of it real? And, you know, I don't think she's acting fairly, but I do think, at least for a period of time, she kind of gets a little bit of a pass for having a little bit of a bad reaction.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you told. I definitely think that was necessary, obviously. To move forward with your relationship, you need to have told. And it seems like things are getting better. And I think it's only up from here.
It's all uphill from here.
And congratulations.
Are we saying no assholes here? AITA for not wanting to tell my ex-GF I'm dating her brother. I don't feel like anyone did anything wrong. It seems like it kind of just happened.
Yeah, it does seem like it just happened. Like, it doesn't seem like there's any deceit in it, you know. And her reaction is not the most fair, but understandable. So for those reasons, I think probably no assholes here.
Guys, please rate, review, and subscribe. Join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/AITA pod. Follow us on the Tick of the Talks, the Insta of the Grams, the YouTube Shorts. And listen on Spotify. Shano, bring us to our final situation proper.
No, we've got two more, don't we? No. Yeah, we do have just one. AITA for continuing to park in the street. My husband, 34M, and I, 25F, just moved into our current neighborhood. I am a teacher, and my husband is a restaurant manager, and we have a 1-year-old baby. My husband parks his larger vehicle in the street, and I park my car in our single-car driveway. We don't have a garage, but we do have a long driveway. One day, I noticed our neighbor put up a sign on their lawn that said no parking. I thought it was maybe because her teenage daughter's friends pick her up for school in the morning and maybe they've been driving on the grass. Well, later that day, my neighbor knocked on the door and informed me that the sign was for us. She said when we park our large truck in the street, sometimes the tail end of the truck will hang over the street in front of her yard. I was confused and asked her to repeat herself. She got visibly annoyed and I said, I don't want your truck. She said, I don't want your truck parked in front of my house. Now, to clear this up, the way the property is split up can be kind of confusing, but there's about a 3-foot strip of her yard that sits next to our front yard. My husband parks in front of our yard on the public street. We also have our mailbox, which we need about 3 feet of clearance around so we can receive mail. I asked her if I was impeding her trash pickup or mail delivery, and she said no. And I just responded with, okay, well, it's a public street. To which she replied, it's in front of my private property. I got kind of smart with her and said, but not on it, right? She stormed back to her house, and I went back to what I was doing. Because my husband is a restaurant manager, he didn't get home until about 11 o'clock. He parked his truck in the street per usual. I was already asleep, so I didn't hear him pull up. But I did hear my neighbor bang on the door. I woke up and heard her screaming at him about the sign in the yard and how our eyesore of a vehicle constantly hangs in front of her yard. My husband was trying to explain to her that I'm a teacher and that I leave early in the morning and I take our baby to daycare. He doesn't want me parking the smaller car in the street because he doesn't want me carrying our son to the street as it is dark when we leave for daycare/work, and he's not going to park behind me because then I would have to rely on him to get up and switch the cars around. I was getting annoyed as I listened to her constantly trying to talk over him, and I walked into the doorway and I said, "You can't just make up rules and expect everyone to follow them. We will continue to park on the public street," and slammed the door. My husband said I didn't have to be that harsh, and when I asked my friend what she thought, she said I was being stubborn for nothing. I mean, it takes 5 minutes to switch cars around. Am I the asshole?
This is the most like American law. That's my property. It's like that's not how that works.
Yeah, the street, like no, the sidewalk, that little like, what's that grassy area called in between the street and the sidewalk? What is that? That's not property. That's private. That's
you mean
public.
Like the little like kind of features where they have a little tree sometimes, like on a nice street.
Yeah.
I thought you were referring to a lawn.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called. Like, yeah, on nice streets. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But all of that is public.
Yeah, it's public.
So you can't control that.
You know, I think I've told you about them before. You've seen it. There's a giant red truck in front of my building. These people do not let anybody take that spot. They guard that spot with their lives. And it annoyed me that it was greedy to me when I first got here, and I was like, I want that spot because it is the best spot in this building. Boy, I have dreams that one day I could just walk right in the front door and my car be where that truck is.
Yeah, I can't believe how diligent they are about it.
Only once, the whole time I've lived here in almost 3 years, 4 years, I don't know.
How do they do that?
They move it right at street sweeping time, and then I think they like have eyes on the street sweeper and they put it right back.
Do they never leave?
Do they never leave? Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Do they not drive
they
anywhere?
Don't drive that truck. It's a huge
What
truck.
is the point of having the fucking truck then?
That is the real question. What is that truck for?
Waste.
It's always there. So I don't know what. It's like a mudding. I think they're mudders.
Okay, I gotta look at it next time I go outside.
It's a chungus.
Chungy.
But
chunky.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not legally their spot. I honestly almost would feel some kind of way taking that spot.
Yeah, it's like, this is not my spot.
They like psychically own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's an aura they have there.
Yes.
But yeah, people making up rules that aren't rules. It's a thing. It's a thing people do.
I think I'm a little confused about the logistics of this situation though. Like, it seems like they live in a neighborhood where parking is like more abundant, perhaps, or not.
That's yes.
Because it seems like there's always this spot that's available.
There's other spots, so that is part of their frustration, and they don't like that they're choosing this particular spot. There must be other spots.
So that's why I'm like, and obviously I'm sure you thought of this, and you know the logistics of the lawn better, OP, but like, why do they have to be in a spot where it hangs over? I mean, I don't see what the problem is hanging in front of someone else's private property. Like, it's not their private property. The street isn't. But like, can't you pull up a little bit? Like, I'm so confused. Because if I'm thinking about the neighborhood that like I grew up in, for example, like we didn't have a driveway actually. Like, it was just all street parking, and there was just parking.
That's so annoying.
Well, no, because there was just constantly parking available. It was just like the suburbs.
Yeah. Suburbs, sorry.
And I mean, we could park anywhere. You could park in any direction. There was no signs.
Wow.
Like, it was blissful.
Wow.
But there was just so much space. So like, if there wasn't so much space, then this particular spot would not be available all the time. Right. So how is there not more space in other parts of the neighborhood, or at least just a little bit more in front of your house?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm confused.
I understand their logic, right? It's just like,
can you take pictures of it if you're willing?
It is kinda
and can you, I don't know, put it on the subreddit? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Because I am like so
pictures on the internet.
Aren't I Reddit illiterate? I like never know how to do any of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any of it, you guys.
You are, but we love it.
I'm like, how do we do that?
Shannon is just
I'm new
learning
to
about things.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a thing people do. I got one in my neighborhood. I think this is a little unhinged. There's a sign. It's a metal. You know that area we were talking about, that ambiguous lawn on the sidewalk area?
Oh,
It
yes.
doesn't belong to someone. It's just kind of this little island
It's just
of
there.
the city.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I noticed there is this sign in it,
Oh,
like with a metal pole. Like it looked like a real city sign.
oh, okay.
And it was just very aggressively against leaving dog shit.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
And I'm for it. I think, well, we know that you're a poop hider. Obviously, I have poop hider blood.
It was
My
one
father-
time.
Yeah. My father
I've
believes in hiding the
learned.
poop. But this sign, it was funny because I was like, I'm on your side, but you're going so far, you guys. The sign was like, whatever, don't leave your dog shit here. But then it was like, it will hurt our children. And I was like, okay, I mean.
Hurt the children.
Yeah, I was like, why are you bringing the children into this?
Is dog poop toxic?
I don't know. I don't even know what they're, but it wasn't a city.
Sign.
No, it was
They
like
made
you
it
bought
up.
this off like, and it had a lot of words. I was like, this is like longwindedsigns.com. Like, what is going on?
Because it seemed like it was professional, but it was like they wrote
Yes,
it.
it was super well done, but clearly not from the city.
Interesting. Yeah, it's giving citizens arrest.
Yeah, I think so. I think people just have a sense of entitlement. Actually, I learned this. We've talked about this other public space thing. You know how I ride the one wheel on the sidewalk?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out I went on a speed date with this girl.
Oh.
You can do that. It's actually legal.
Oh, okay.
You know how LA is like
yeah,
a bunch of
biking
cities?
you're not, right?
No, biking you are. In LA.
Oh, you are
Isn't
allowed to
Santa
be on the
Monica a
sidewalks.
different city?
Yes.
There's something like that. She said, she's like, not Santa Monica. But in LA proper, you can ride a bike on a sidewalk.
Which I think is so fair because the streets
So-
are fucking dangerous.
Oh, yeah. There's a street. I think Hollywood Boulevard has killed more people than.
on a bike. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was just some law that we all voted on
Yeah.
about like fixing the streets because and it was like specifically about how the bikers are getting killed out here.
It's crazy. I mean, I would never risk it. But yeah, it's just people not having a grasp for what's theirs and what's not.
Yeah, I don't know why this is such a bother to them. Like if it hangs out over 3 feet, I mean, it's just a car. Like, what is that? How is that bothering
It's probably
you?
an eyesore.
An
I mean, but I
eyesore,
think
yeah.
this is the thing. You've got to realize this is why it's important to understand what is your positioning here. Do you have a legal case? Absolutely not. Is that your property? Absolutely not. So guess what you're going to have to do? Seduce the fucking ask. You're going to have to get in there and work it. They're doing something that you don't want them to do. They get in there and work it.
Yeah, you don't just put a sign up, a passive aggressive sign, and then get aggressive with them and be like, hey, by the way, that sign, it's for you.
You made that sign up.
For you.
That sign has nothing.
I don't know if you got
The
the
sign's
sign, but it was for you.
Yeah. I have signs. They say real men are 5'8". And you know what that's done for me? Nothing. But
I think
one
you
day
should start putting them around the neighborhood.
I'm going to. I got stickers. I got giant.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
I
giant
can't wait to
stickers.
see them. What does it look like?
This is the same logo. But I can just stick it. Anyway.
Stick it.
And technically that's against the law, but people do it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Put shit on light poles and stuff.
Is it only illegal on like street signs and
Yeah, I don't
stuff
know.
though? Like things that are like city owned?
I'm putting all my
vibes?
stickers on like anytime I see like a red light, like what you don't need to see that. So I'll just put my sticker over like the red lights
right
and
over
the yellow
the red
lights
light,
and the green
over
light.
the stop sign.
Yeah, you don't
fully.
need
Yeah,
that.
you don't need.
I
that.
love that one. Oh, that's a good one. It says stop eating animals. They put little eating animals on it. I'm like, that's cute.
Oh, underneath
yeah.
the words "eating animals."
Yeah, so it says stop eating animals. That's fine.
That's fine.
Who came up with that?
It's a little dangerous. No, I guess it's not right because people still.
Well, yeah, because I
stop
see the
sign.
sign sometimes while I'm eating like chicken nuggets while driving.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm
And
like,
then you're
gosh, I
"Wait."
just stop. And then I just hit all these children.
Mhm.
And then I'm
I
like,
get
the
that.
sign said
The
I wasn't
sign
eating my chicken,
said.
so I wasn't focused on that.
I had to
I
stop.
had to. And the cops are like, the sign, he's right. And the cops let me go.
I think that went well.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they respected that I was
The sign.
the sign. AITA for continuing to park in the street. You get to park in the street?
Do I?
Yeah.
In Venice?
Yeah. at your
Yeah,
house?
but there's street
you do.
sweeping. Oh no, I don't. We have a garage.
Oh, you do have
But
a
if I
garage.
need to, but it's a double one, so Max and I are constantly having to like move it and stuff.
You block each other in.
Yeah, the place we're moving to though, like maybe next year, we'll have double garage though.
Oh my
Which I can't wait for that.
I think we agree, or I'm not allowed to say that anymore because Shannon's pathological agreeableness will
You
force her
always
into a position.
hold on. First of
What?
all, it is not me. You literally are. We have to agree, or we have to go back and litigate till we agree. That's not a me thing at all.
AITA for continuing to park in the street.
You guys all know, listeners. You know out there.
We're not relitigating, and I'm not saying we agree or disagree. I'm just saying what I think, which is NTA and the other person is.
Yeah, I say NTA. You know, the neighbor was knocking at 11 at night. Shut the hell up. It's not like it's one thing if she was blocking, if they were blocking the driveway and you legitimately could not get out of your driveway. That's a different story. It's just literally an aesthetics thing.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, that's something you have to learn in LA, though. When can you break the traffic laws? Because you're going to have to break them.
Well,
sometimes you got to run in because you left your credit card at the bar.
Oh, and like double park or something?
Yeah. You're just going to have to do it.
You're going to have to. I really try to avoid it as much as I can, though, because they're ruthless and toothless out here.
Ruthless and toothless. It's time for the Banter.
It's time for Banter.
So I've been doing a lot of speed dating. It's been really fun.
I know. It's kind of insane.
It's too much, you think? Should I stop?
Well, I think you told the people how you did a triple, and well, it ended up being a double, but you were trying to do a triple, and your reasoning was because you were tired from doing one, so you were like, I need to get my reps in.
I need to get my reps in. I'm going to get so speed dating strong.
You're insane. He's unwell, folks.
So, yeah, I agree. But, you know, but Shannon, here's what I wanted to tell you.
Tell me.
Not all speed dating is created equal.
Well, I have heard that Kamaya dating is the best.
It is the best. We'll plug her. But the kicker is I did this one that was really chaotic. Did I already tell you about this? I'm not sure.
I think so.
I did?
Yeah, the night one during that day.
Yeah, I did. Okay, then there's another one I did.
What'd you do this weekend? You did one this weekend.
This weekend I did one. And this one was my most calm.
Okay. You were okay, then the reps are working.
Yeah, the reps are working.
Okay.
But here's what I'm learning. I was like, because it is a little bit of a game to me, and this was unwell. This was unwell. I matched everyone. In other words, I put everyone in because I just wanted to know
you were
who
like,
matched
I just
me.
want to say, oh, that's
I wanted to hit the
smart.
high score.
Oh, I would maybe do that.
And this is my analysis of where I'm at.
What?
I only got 2, which is not a record high for me.
Out of how many?
Maybe 10.
Oh, okay.
Not great. And I've done 4 before. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, yes, I've achieved calm and zen, and I'm in it. I'm present. I'm there. I'm not panicked. But you still have to flirt.
Yeah.
And I think that is the next step now.
Well, the nerves maybe give you a little bit more of that fuel to flirt kind of thing.
I mean, like I didn't, well, because at that one, I really wasn't really super into anybody. So I was kind of surprised. I wasn't surprised because I had to have this realization. It's not just about showing up and putting on a good show. Oh, and killing, I have now firmly concluded you don't want to kill.
You don't want to make them laugh.
No. When I have gotten enormous laughs, like literally made a girl almost cry, that has never gotten me a match.
You made a girl almost cry
She was
and
like,
she didn't match with you?
Yes, she was laughing so fucking hard. I mean, I was annihilating.
Wow. That's wild to me because I feel like women's like number one thing is humor.
I think people have told it to me. It's just like it's not attractive. It's not attractive.
Humor,
but that's not humor. When you're making someone laugh that hard, you have to be playing other fiddles.
Were you asking questions about her and stuff?
No, probably not. I was probably just being zany and ridiculous. And
You
she's
were
like,
just
yeah,
like
you're a
pretending
cartoon
you were
character.
doing a casual 5 at a open mic.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was more, I'd say, improv. I do improv-driven kind of speed dating.
Gotcha.
But
Do you ask them for suggestions?
yeah, I'm like, how can I make love to you best? That's how I usually start.
Nice.
Um,
I'm sure that goes really well.
yeah. But no, it's been cool. I like doing it. It gives me a sense of abundance that I'm not desperate. You know, I'm not desperate. I'm
He's
not desperate.
folks.
No, it's cool. It's really fun to meet a lot of different people. And sometimes I'll just have one. I'll be like, I enjoyed that. Like, I enjoyed that person.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like the apps give you the reverse feeling, like this feeling, especially as a guy. I mean, I know women have their own problems on it. I think it's a different toxin for each gender.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, like I'm a good guy. Oh, and here's the other issue I'm having. I have this vest. I'm getting dinged all over the place for this thing. They're telling me it's a finance bro vest. I think I got to burn it.
Is it like buttoned?
No, it's that zipper gray vest I have.
Oh, yeah, that is finance. So I think it's fine.
They're hating on this thing.
Who's they?
So
The
this is
girls?
the other big update I have. I got a co-working space I go to now. I love it. It's called Ground Floor, unlimited coffee, super cute aesthetic. Did I say I got
$200 a month?
It's $200 a month.
Do you go every day?
I go almost every day.
How long you been doing that?
Just it's only been
A
open
month?
since April 1st, not even a month.
Oh.
And like it's just cool. And this is what I realized in life. Well, you won't really relate with this, I guess, because you never really worked like a desk job, have you?
Just once.
Yeah.
For a year.
For a year, okay. You know, when you work a desk job, there's always one guy that you're like, oh, fuck, this guy's here again. You know, kind of like how when you show up to the podcast, you're like, this fucking guy's here again. Like that
here.
guy. And I'm like, we need that guy in our life. That's part of being a human being. Just that, you know what I mean? Like, it's chance encounters, but it's also being like, this fucking guy is here again. That's part of life. You need it.
Yeah, you do.
I just feel so much more normal. Like I was isolated here.
Yeah.
You know, I like seeing people. I like those little bullshit small talks.
Yeah. Oh, so you're having them with those people?
Yeah.
Even though none of you guys are working on the same thing, like you're able to
No.
still like talk.
And I'm still developing this, but I'm like, God, I also have like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I could send it to my friends, but then it's like not fun. But like sometimes I have like graphic design or a flyer.
and just ask someone.
I need someone to just look at it and gut check me.
Yeah.
And yeah,
smart.
it's been great. It's co-working, and I'm like, it is kind of fun
Co-working.
too because like we don't work for the same company, so there's
So
no
you
HR.
could be like shit talking. Oh, okay. He went in that direction.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like you could shit talk like me, your employee. You're like
Totally.
whatever.
Totally.
And there's no like anyone listening, and you don't have to play politics, but you still get that camaraderie.
I'm sorry.
Camaraderie.
What is that word?
How do you say it?
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
You're saying camaraderie.
What do you say?
Camaraderie.
I don't hear the difference.
Say comma. It's like camaraderie.
No, it's not. It's camaraderie.
I feel like you're hitting it hard at camaraderie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're saying camaraderie?
Yeah.
With an A? Camaraderie?
Yeah, but it's like subtle.
I'm pretty sure it's camaraderie.
I feel like you're saying it though like Hold on.
There's no A.
Camaraderie. Camaraderie. Camaraderie.
I've never
Camaraderie.
heard it said like
Camaraderie. You're going camaraderie.
that. Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. That's literally you.
I don't know. There's let me see how you're spelling it. It says there's another term.
CAMARADERIE.
Oh, I'm using it. COMDRADERY.
No, that's not no.
Another term for camaraderie.
No, that's
the
not a
project
thing.
created a real sense of camaraderie amongst these.
No, that's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Hers is like
It
comrade.
says camaraderie is sometimes confused with camaraderie.
Yours is camaraderie. The project.
Camaraderie.
What the?
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
No, that's still not what you're saying. That's camaraderie.
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 You're saying camaraderie.
Camaraderie. I don't get the problem. That is a word,
the
isn't it?
problem? You're my comrade, Shannon. That's all that matters.
I don't know about that anymore.
Okay. Well, now we're enemies. But this is
Camaraderie.
exciting, guys. Thank you for oh, wait. It's your turn also to have banter.
Thank you.
We will now do this part of the episode, the banter.
The banter. This weekend we had a cute little, very impromptu dumpling making night at my place.
Camaraderie.
We had a little camaraderie at my place.
I love that for you.
And it was delicious.
When you say dumpling, what
Like
do you
Asian
mean?
dumplings.
What is in the dumplings?
We did
Camaraderie.
we did shrimp
Ooh.
and then chicken and then
Ooh.
pork.
Ooh.
And Max just went to, there's this Japanese grocery store called Mitsuwa.
I've been there.
So good.
I've been to
Ma-
Tokyo.
Oh my God. So Max like put this whole thing together. I had suggested we do sushi. But then I was like,
That's
I think that
hard.
might get a little too expensive, like, because we
Yeah.
were feeding some other people. So he went to a Japanese store. And then he made all the mixes. So you
Yeah.
make the filling, and then you buy pre-made dumpling wraps.
Right.
So we didn't have to like make the dough and like roll it out, anything like that.
Difficult.
And so then we watched a YouTube thing how to fold them, and then we steamed some and we fried some up. We had edamame as a appetizer.
Soup's cute.
It was so good. I really highly recommend it. They were actually delicious. I was
Yeah.
so impressed.
Wow.
And we put it together in like less than a day.
Sounds like a wonderful evening.
It was so fun.
Camaraderie.
That's right.
That's
or as
cool.
you would say,
Camaraderie.
camaraderie.
Yeah, I didn't have the other one loaded. Here we go.
Camaraderie.
Never heard that.
Camaraderie.
Never heard that.
This guy's boss. Tomorrow's going to be crazy.
Camaraderie.
Okay? Tomorrow, we need you to really bring it on the E.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was mine. And I recommend it. It was delish.
She recommends dumpling parties.
Not sure that it was any cheaper though, but we ended up freezing a bunch, and now we have got some in my. And now I've been eating them past couple days.
Oh my God, I have big news.
What?
It's actually not nearly as interesting as I sold it.
Okay.
But just speaking of cheapness, you know I am a cheap mofo.
Mm-hmm.
I quit Amazon. I thought it couldn't be done, but I did it.
Wow! Congratulations.
Thank you.
What happened?
I just felt like first of all Amazon's easy and it's also kind of fun. You can just go on and buy bullshit and it comes to your house right away.
What have you been
I
buying?
don't know, but I'll just always buy random shit. And I also had this false idea, this lie spread by the Amazon media that Amazon was cheap. Not true. I found plenty of
Oh.
websites that are cheaper.
Oh, really?
And so I ordered, I like to order my little dry goods off there, like, you know, like lentils and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I ordered lentils off like horsefood.org or whatever, some other random site.
Delicious.
But I feel cleaner. I don't know. I feel
Yeah,
better
I
than
don't-
other people. I'm vegan. I'm Amazon free.
I'm Amazon free. Yeah, I don't fuck with Amazon very often at all.
Do you have Prime though? You have Prime.
My parents do.
Oh, you use your parents. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just do it every now and then if I really need something, but very rarely. You got to shop small.
Yeah, it's like shop local, support your local community, support your local comedy shows. I'm starting one in Echo Park. Hit me up if you're in LA. You guys got to come to my show.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shanno, I'll make you lentils sometime if you want. It's really healthy. Really, okay. You look so bored. You don't want my sweet lentils, but it's very
Yeah, the sweet ones.
nutrient dense. No, they're not sweet.
Oh.
Did I say sweet? They're
Did
nutrient.
say my sweet lentils.
Oh well, they're my sweet lentils when I mix them with peanut butter powder. Oh, so good. Kind of like eating a strange goo.
Okay.
My cooking's only for me. All right, we're wrapping up here. Are we ready for this?
Oh.
On a new segment. And the segment is basically stupid. What's the segment, Shannon? Because I'm doing a terrible job.
It's just like unhinged stories.
Unhinged stories with Danny and
Shannon. And there's not much to talk about. Like, there's not much to debate.
these aren't juicy. They're just
No,
straight.
and this is the thing about the way you use juicy differently than how everyone else in the world uses juicy. Juicy means that it's like, oh my God, there's so much drama in it. You say juicy as if there's a lot to squeeze out of the debate. And it's just it's not correct because everyone else says, oh, that's juicy, meaning like there's a lot of tea. The tea is scalding. And so the way you are communicating it.
Juicy. Bootleg.
This is a definitions podcast,
juicy,
by the way.
A person or thing with a big booty. Do you agree with that definition?
I do agree with that definition.
Juicy, term given to a young girl with high sex appeal, fresh skin, and a shapely figure.
Okay, let's move on.
Fresh skin?
Fresh skin?
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I've never heard of fresh skin.
Are you on Urban Dictionary?
I'm on Urban Dictionary.
Okay. Juicy also means the tea. It's
juicy.
scalding.
Yeah, I'm not actually finding anything that's fitting either of what we're saying, so we're gonna move on.
Juicy drama.
So we're just gonna, what are we doing here? We're just gonna read the segment. You're just
I
gonna read
guess
it?
so. We're just gonna try it out.
So these aren't juicy. What are we saying? They're not juicy.
No, I think these are very juicy, but you wouldn't because there's not a lot of squeeze. Juicy drama. Anybody got any juicy gossip or drama going on?
Well, yeah, juicy drama is like shit's fucked up, leading to complex moral questions. That's what I'm talking about. It's not
but there's
juicy.
also like black and white, just like the juice is like, oh shit, that's fucking
If it's black and white, what's the juice?
Because the story's insane, but it's obvious who the NTA is.
Is 9/11 juicy?
No.
No.
Let's not go down this path.
AITA. AITA for keeping my friend's daughter's tooth. Is it juicy? Maybe that's the name of the segment, Shannon.
Is it juicy? Okay.
Is it juicy?
Try it.
This is our new guys, we have a new segment today. It's called Is It Juicy? AITA for keeping my friend's daughter's tooth. I, 34M, took my friends 35M and 33F, 2 children, 9F and 14M for the weekend so him and his wife could have a romantic getaway. When I went to pick the kids up, I found out that the daughter had lost her tooth Thursday. When I asked why she didn't put it under her pillow, she said that she had, but the tooth fairy didn't come.
What?
Friday night, she put it under her pillow and I swapped it out for $10.
Whoa.
The night inflation. The next morning, she came running to my room, all excited that the tooth fairy found where she was and left her $10. I explained that the tooth fairy must have mixed up her address with mine because they come over so often. The following Monday, when I dropped the kids back at their house, the father pulled me aside and asked for the tooth. I told him, sure, but I'll need $10 back that I gave his child for it. He's mad and said that I didn't have to give her money for the tooth, and certainly not that much. I told him it was a silver tooth cap, so it was worth more money. That's what he always told the kids. I know for a fact he was hoping that I would give her the money so he didn't have to. AITA. What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that.
She wants to keep the tooth as collateral for the $10.
This is 0 upvotes. You chose this?
Yeah.
Is it juicy? Eject Shannon from the building.
Okay, let's try my other one that I chose.
Here's the other one. Are you reading it?
Yeah. We will just have to cut that.
No, that's you lost.
Oh,
I like this
lost.
game because you are playing and you lose if I don't find it juicy.
AITA for using my neighbor's bath. I live in an apartment block and live across from my neighbor. Let's call him Jerry. Jerry is a 40-year-old man who lives alone and works 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. He gave me a key a few years back when he went on holidays, and I still have the key. 6 months ago, my shower broke before a work presentation. I sent him a text asking if I could use his bath, but he never got back to me. I assumed it was okay. It turned out he'd changed his number. Anyway, I had the bath and loved it. I don't have a bath in my flat, and it was some experience. I brought my own shower gel, shampoo, and a rubber ducky, so I didn't use anything he had paid for. Since then, I've just been using his bath when he's not around. It is the best part of the week, midday on Tuesday and Friday, when I head in. Then everything went wrong. Jerry died.
What?
I didn't know this, and I went in for my Tuesday bath. was sitting there relaxing, and when my brother came in, sitting there relaxing, and when his brother came in and was shocked to see me sitting naked on his toilet post-shower, it was the worst moment he could have arrived. He was so mad. I was humiliated beyond belief. I am still so embarrassed and feel so ashamed of my body and how I appeared to this man. It turned into a big thing. Apparently, I'm a dick for using Jerry's bath. I don't think so, because I always brought my own stuff, and Jerry gave me a key to begin with. I am heartbroken at the loss of my neighbor and the lovely memories he gave me. Am I the asshole? Because I don't think so.
Ding, 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 ding. Juicy.
A juicer?
Because what? He just died. And then also this was leading to tension because I thought it was going to be a run-in.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just feel like Jerry's 40 and he died. Like, did Opie kill him for the bathtub? Like, what? That's so young.
Oh my God, he was only 40?
He's only 40.
Damn. Yeah. I was thinking he was like an older man, but...
Wild.
Oh, but yeah, I guess it got voted asshole.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you can't
using
just be using
someone's bath. You've got to
someone's-
ask.
You can't just be using a key.
Do you have a key? You don't even have a key.
To what?
It's in my place.
No, why would I?
Because you live too far, right?
Yeah.
I have my, because you try to, don't you do that with your neighbors in case you lose a key?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did, but they just moved. It sucks. Now I have to figure out where to put a spare key.
I could use a key to your place because I'd like to maybe just take a little nap after a little beach run or something.
When?
Just sweat all over.
No,
your house
that's
and
not
stuff.
happening.
And sit in that weird chair all sweaty. Just
And where am I in this scenario?
that's your business. I'm just asking for a key so I don't have to bother you.
No, that's
it's
a
for
big
you.
ol'
I'm trying to help
NO.
you. I'm trying to make your life better.
By just sweating all over my couch.
And then you'd be like, "Oh my God, thank you for coming over." And I'll be like, "No problem. Can you clean this up?" And you're like, "Of course."
Of course, I got you.
And then Max and I will high five and slow dance.
Ooh. What song?
The Moonlight one.
Dancing in the Moonlight?
Mm,
It's a little up-tempo.
damn, I like it up tempo.
Oh, but you wanted to slow dance.
You can slow. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thank you for listening. Is that the show?
That was the show. It was
Guys.
a pretty unhinged episode, I would say.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm still gonna let you stay on. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Much love, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.